Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com. This is a oil futures trading tutorial. We're going to be using the xbratalgo and the manager, the Cradle to Grave bundle. And we're going to look at, this is a Monday, so it's Monday the 11th of October. We're going to look at those levels produced on Friday and then look at the Asian session signals and the European session signals so far today and how they were taken, managed, and then the profits were taken. So first of all, like every chart of mine, we frame the chart. So we look back to Friday, we see the lows here that were tested again on the Friday evening, on Friday the 10th. So we formed that double bottom there. We've got a great support zone there. But furthermore, we've got some sort of pre-market European session highs forming this zone on the Friday, and that was tested again at this point here. And then also again tested during the Asian session today. So great zone there. And then we look at the highs on Friday, forming a zone between this pivot here and the bottom of the zone, this pivot here, and just carry that all the way through. This zone comes later on in the session. So again, starting on the 11th, we do get that initial move up when the futures market's open. Not really interested in those, more interested in what the Asian session has to go after we have that initial open. We come back down to test that support that we just talked about there, and then we get a 6-star buy, and that's what would really interest me if I was, Australian. We've got a lot of Australian users and things like that. Is this 6-star buy? Now, it's not by any means the easiest trade in the world. But we need to make sure that we're through this support and resistance zone. This 6-star buy candle here is this one. We don't want to be going along into this resistance. So there's two things here. We can either enter above this pivot there, or more aggressively when we break through this resistance zone here. So again, it depends on your risk appetite. Me personally, a bit conservative, probably wait until we go through here. And then we get a nice bit of clear air. Once we either enter aggressive or conservative on this candle here, we get this little pullback, finds support at this previous support and resistance zone. More importantly, the manager stays green. Okay, we do get two candles with higher than average volume, two red candles through distribution candles at this point. But they find support in this previous support and resistance zone. And again, all these videos that I make is understanding this behaviour. Sorry about that, real life, my phone going. So we're going to use the manager to manage this trade. We've had the support, we're going again, comes back down on a lower than average volume this time, and then we start to move back up again. We get these higher than average volume candles with these cyan dots up above, giving us some real good momentum, if you like. We get a pullback with lower than average volume, these blue dots, and then we make these highs, and then we pull back and go sideways with lower than average volume. And then eventually the cloud turns red. Again, you can't look right. There were signs of this with these candles here, higher than average volume, higher than average volume, higher than average volume. On that third candle, to be honest, that's the time to think about getting out, or placing your trailing stop below this pivot low here. We have another attempt at this resistance zone that's now forming, and then we start to come down, higher than average volume, higher than average volume, and then the cloud turns red. Now the cloud is 4 candles in advance, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get out at this point here. So this trade from the Asian session on the aggressive entry is worth 72 ticks. Not bad, not bad. $720 per contract. Or if on the micro like this is, you need 10 contracts to make $720, and then divisible by 10. And then we have the conservative entry, where we look at around about 53 ticks. That's not a bad trade for the Asian session, to be honest. Then we have to mark our chart with this support, this resistance zone here, because this is very, very strong. We're coming into the European session now. We get a 5 and a 6 star buy signal here. So this again is another great signal. This is the signal candle for the 6-star here, but we're not going to go long until we breach this resistance here. So that would be our entry at this point. So 5-star, 6-star, good momentum building. 5-star signal is 11 points of control, 6-star signal is 12 points of control. So we can see that momentum building. We get the signal and away we go. Using the manager again, we look for this pullback. It's lower than average volume, but then we get higher than average volume. Then the cloud briefly turns red. So at that point, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, we take our profit at that point. But it does go on to make some new highs. But again, we haven't got a crystal ball. We have to be consistent. Cloud turns red, get out. We can't change that on the manager to be more conservative. Remember, oil doesn't move as fast during the Asian and European sessions. So you can actually change that day trading to conservative, in which case there you would still get out at the Asian session here, but it keeps you in on the European session on this deeper pullback there and keeps you going, and you'd still be in that trade right now. So again, it's understanding the time of day for these markets, and if you're trading in with oil for Asian and the European session, maybe you should look at that conservative setting on the manager, which keeps you in trades longer because the moves aren't as severe and volatile as they are during the US session. So hopefully this helps. Again, it's using the cradle to grave bundle. The cradle part being the xbratalgo signals, they're very high probability signals, and then the grave part is keeping you in the trade as long as you can. You can change those settings to aggressive, to conservative, to moderate. But we've got lots of opportunities there, and this is using oil. Again, 2 great trades on this Monday, and who knows what the US session will bring. So oil is very tradable in all time frames throughout the world. You just need to understand its behavior, and the xbratalgo and the manager together, this cradle to grave bundle, allows you to trade no matter what time zone you're in. This is the micro oil on the trading view. Cradle to grave is available for lots of other platforms. Have a great trading day. Speak to you all very soon.